Why the tax them just a go up? So we can't understand. Just why the tax them a go up.
You know, I can understand the concern expressed in the question. In the last 10 years, Jamaicans would have lived through a period of fiscal austerity almost, where we have increased the number of taxes and we have increased the level of taxes. This administration has sought to give a tax break where we have removed almost 250,000 persons off the income tax roll. So we have tried to rebalance taxes, and I want to indicate clearly to the Jamaican people that this government believes in a lower tax environment, a less distortionary tax environment, and a simplified tax environment. And we're going to work assiduously to achieve this.
There's a lot of problems in terms of paying school fees, not enough scholarships out there, and they're increasing fees. So what is the plan to cover these fees to get more students into school and kind of just help support, especially in medical faculty, which is really expensive?
The government's policy on fees at the secondary level is very clear. We believe in the removal of tuition fee. And to that end, we have just paid over to schools $1.4 billion towards the implementation of our no tuition fee policy in schools. And we're literally paying this before the start of the new school year to ensure that the schools are properly resourced, so that all Jamaican children, regardless of their economic status, can have access to education up to the secondary level. At the tertiary level, it's a different ball game, a different picture. And yes, the fees for medical studies are very expensive. And we acknowledge this, and we are now taking a very close look at the reform of the Students' Loan Bureau. I think at the tertiary level, the issue is not so much how the fees are to be paid, but how the fees are to be financed. And I think if students are able to get reasonably costed loans for their courses of study, then that would be good. So the government subsidies should move to ensuring that the interest rates on loans are lower than they are now, that the terms are more accessible than they are now, and that the funding for the cost of the program is in place. And that is where our policy is evolving to at this moment.
Why is the preservation, the biosphere project, and the protection of the 21 indigenous species of flora and fauna in the Portland Bight protected area around Goat Islands not seemingly a priority for the JLP?
I would not agree with that question that it is not a priority. There is a proposal for the development of Goat Island into a transshipment port. That proposal is still on the table, but it is being considered very carefully against all the environmental implications. Our environmental assets are priceless, and we acknowledge that. We would have to, before giving approval to any project, ensure that whatever is going to be done is sustainable, which means that the environment is preserved, that the economic activities can work in sync with the environment, and that at the end of the day, the Jamaican people benefit. So yes, environmental protection is a priority, and especially as it relates to the Portland Bight area. Thank you for your questions, and I look forward to hearing from you again.